There is a business class seat in the skies that is so good, people say this airline doesn't need a first class. I've been testing every level of seat in planes in Asia, and today I am flying the best business class in the world. If you don't know where I am from this giant bear behind me, we're at Hamad International Airport in Doha. Home, of course, to Qatar Airways and the Qsuite, which is what we'll be flying to London Heathrow today. We of course didn't just spawn into the departures lounge. We came in and checked in, of course. The check-in, I had to post up at the check-in because the business class check-in I may never see again. I'm definitely not going to see it again for a very long time. It's so special, so quick. And then the security, there's like no one there. No pressure, straight through, dedicated space, and then suddenly you're in the departures lounge. This airport has no less than 10 business class lounges for Qatar. Last time we came here, we went to the Mourjan lounge, which I thought was the best one. Then everyone in the comments was like, you need to go to the Garden lounge, you need to go to the Al Safwa lounge. So today we're going to go to as many lounges as possible and see what all the fuss is about. One of them is apparently a garden. A garden? Am I in Singapore, Changi? I've seen that there's lounges with spas, showers, sleep rooms. There's even supposed to be a gym. A gym! As of right now, we've been traveling for about 21 hours. I'm looking to take advantage of all of that. First of all, shout out everyone who said to come to the Garden Lounge instead of going to the main Al Mourjan Lounge. This is phenomenal. First of all, the aesthetic is just completely different. Also, I said the other lounge has no atmosphere. This is full of atmosphere. It's overlooking the gardens. I feel like the gardens were inspired by another very good airport around the world. Here's a list of things that I've seen are here so far. There's a main dining area, a casual dining area, there's a gym, a spa, there's a Dior spa, a Louis Vuitton lounge inside of the lounge. There's working spaces, sitting spaces, meeting rooms, luggage rooms. Did I see a cigar room as well? I might have made that up. We need to talk about the food selection in this lounge. The menu is crazy. There's a whole breakfast menu, there's a lunch menu, there's a different menu, there's an a la carte menu, there's a buffet. I already knew this because the other lounge has a buffet, but I didn't expect it here as well. Also, the drinks menu is extensive. I've got water, I'm getting a hot chocolate, we've got English breakfast tea. What's going on here? Then there's a deli that has a different menu. Sandwiches, cakes, pastries. I feel like I'm in a shopping mall. And look at this view that we've got while we eat. The portion sizes were perfect because let's face it, who wants to eat an entire 3-course meal before they go on a plane and eat another 3-course meal? And now we're off to do the only logical thing that you would do in a lounge that has showers and a spa. The shower is huge. Apparently the wait time is crazy during rush hour, but I feel like we came during the time everyone said is rush hour, and there's like 30 showers or something. I don't understand how it could ever have a queue, but we haven't had to wait for anything for the entire day so far. That's a good shower. It feels like you're at home if you have a really nice shower at home. Doesn't feel like a public shower. Public showers can feel kind of gross a lot of the time. I did not get that at all. I would go as far as to say I've never felt fresher for a flight in my life. And now we're just chilling in another area of the lounge on a sofa. And look at this view. This has to be one of the best business class lounges in the world. I mean, it's won awards, so makes sense. It's definitely the best one I've been in. It clears BA, Iberia, Emirates, most of the priority pass lounges, American Airlines. That was some lounge. If that is the lounge, the best lounge that they have, I can't wait to see what the best seat they have looks like. Even when we were leaving just now, they were changing over from breakfast to lunch, and I sampled quickly a tom yum seafood soup. I felt like I was back in Thailand. It's unreal. One thing this airline is not short of is awards and accolades, and you'll see them dotted around everywhere you go. In the lounge, they have plaques everywhere, and it was extremely luxurious. It's in a very luxurious part of the airport. There's all these designer shops around. There's a Louis V cafe in there. It felt out of place. It's a bit weird. You've got a lounge where people have paid money for their tickets so that they get complimentary stuff, and then you've got a cafe inside of it which charges you extra for all these premium foods and drinks. It makes no sense. There was no one in it. It was dead. Aside from that, I'm so impressed. I wanted to film a scenic shot, but I feel like a waste man. We made it to the gate. Priority boarding, of course. Maybe the first ones to get on, apart from people who require special assistance. I see an economy gate, and I see a first and business gate. And you know where we're heading today? For the first time ever, Qsuites, come on! I need to compose myself. I'm smiling because we just had an incredible interaction with Danny, who's our cabin crew for today. Qatar's service, as always, top notch, but that's not what I want to talk about right now. We're here. We've made it. This is the Qsuites. I do not even know where to start. The whole space is enormous. As you can see as well, to my left there is no oh, what, making a debut, yeah? There's no wall. But then on the right, I'm fully enclosed. All the height here, I can't be seen. I'm in my own contained cabin. The only person I have to see, if I choose to, is my seat neighbour. And obviously, that's my wife. There's so much to this seat. First of all, the TV screen is huge. Maybe 5 or 6 times the size of what you would be used to on a standard economy long-haul plane. I've got an armrest on my right, which is huge. I could sit on the armrest if I wanted to, or I can open it up and see my own personal water. I can see my noise-cancelling headphones and their storage space. To my right, there are a number of buttons: do not disturb, light, various modes for this seat, which I can't wait to recline. There's a control with a touchscreen for me to control the screen that is so far away from me. You are 2/3 of the way to the screen. It's so far. There's an HDMI cable, a charging port, a USB port, a normal plug socket, and the lighting is spectacular. I mean, look at, there's a reading light here. The tones are warm, right? I feel relaxed. The tray table is enormous. Hopefully that means there's going to be a lot of food. If you know me, you know I like food. And this seat, let me just really get back in it so that I can... On top of that, I have a sliding door that completely shuts everything out, which obviously has to be open for takeoff, but as soon as we take off, I'm going to really see how enclosed it feels. Obviously we've got the welcome drink, and the amenity kit looks completely different to all the other Qatar flights. Or at least it looks completely different to the one that we flew a few weeks ago. I got this one, and then look at this pretty little thing. Are you going to keep it? Yeah. That's a resounding yes. There's 2 pillows. 1, 2, a thick blanket, same as normal. Obviously, the F1 branded pajamas. I'm gonna start a collection of these. Genuinely, if you ever see me on one of these flights again, just know I secured another pair. I feel like I could go on about this seat all day. And then obviously the divider is down in the middle, so you might be like, oh, well, where are you going to rest your arm? Don't worry, they've thought about that, because there is an armrest that comes up next to the divider. Now let's talk about the food. There is obviously a menu. The menu has several pages, maybe more than 10 pages. This guy, Antonio Batchor, I have never heard of him, but I don't need to have heard of him because I know the food is going to be sublime. There is caviar on the menu. I do not care for caviar one bit, but if you're telling me that I'm on Qatar Airways Qsuite, the best seat in the world, might have to have some caviar. Fillet steak, hamor makbos, butter chicken with jeera rice. Why do I feel like that's going to be so rich in flavour? I might have to try it. And penne pomodoro. Originally, we were supposed to be flying this from Singapore to Doha, and they had a seafood tom yum with lobster that I was so excited to try. But we had to move that flight, and it just goes to show, you're going to get different food depending on which Qsuite flight you're flying on. So if you're fortunate enough to be flying this all the time, and if you are, we mere mortals who only fly this from points cannot relate, you're going to have completely different food. You're not going to get bored. Something that takes a bit of getting used to is the fact that we are backwards. As in, I am facing towards the back of the plane right now. It's not the first time British Airways, especially in their old configuration, have a seat like this. But it's a bit bizarre. Like, when the plane goes hurling down the runway, it's mad. Homeboy across from us wasted absolutely no time closing the door and enclosing himself in a suite. So we thought, clearly that's the thing to do. And now we're in our own cocoon. Let me show you around the suite. Look at the size of this suite. I'm over here. I'm over here. I'm all the way here. There's so, like, this is so much space. The controls of the seat are extensive. It's actually mad. You can just move yourself closer to the screen. Normally it's like, if you're moving closer, the back is also going down. You're going into lay down mode. Here, I can just get as close as I want. Still, knees are going up into my chest. It's crazy. And then just back it up a little. Just relax, man. But if I want, I can lay back. I could go into bed, go back a little bit. I am. If it wasn't for the fact that the food was coming, I don't know how to get back up. I'm stuck. The chair sounds very unhappy. We had some minor technical issues. I think I've broken the seat. The seat is dead. And all like the electric keeps cutting out. We'll be back after this short break. A lot has happened since I got stuck in my chair. First of all, I was offered 4 flavours of olive oil. I said, what for? They said, there's bread. I'm like, okay. Spicy lemon, spicy, normal, and something else that I've forgotten. Then there's also an amuse-bouche, which is like some kind of beef roll. And there's 3 different types of bread, all of which are warm. This is delightful. If I remember correctly, one is cheese bread, one is cranberry, and one is a standard sourdough. And what did you say this was?
Roasted beef with Arabic coffee wraps.
Ah, amazing. Okay. Roasted beef with an Arabic coffee wrap. That's delicious. There is some mad turbulence. The pilot literally came over the tannoy and was like, cabin crew, take your seats. It was 5 out of 10 dramatic, and this turbulence is 6 out of 10 strong. It's almost like a jam donut. I am extremely out of my depth here. First things first, Kate ordered caviar before me, then got told that she couldn't have it, and then I ordered it and they were like, yeah, we gave it to Mr. Green. I don't know why, but now we're having an argument. Anyway, they gave us extra so we can share it. I don't know what I'm doing here. There's all of these things, like, so we've got the caviar, there's some exceptional smoked salmon. It's some kind of high grade smoked salmon that I'm unfamiliar with. I'm not familiar with any kind of smoked salmon. Then all of the accompaniments, so the chopped up egg and the chive and the, did they say Melba toast? And then what is this? The blinis. What's a blini? Yeah, that's what I thought it was, but the colour is throwing me off. Could be buckwheat. I mean, there's only one way to get into this. I thought it was going to be really fishy. It's not. It's so mild. Yo. Hold on. 10. I might be wrong, and I am sometimes wrong, so please correct me. I'm fairly sure that caviar is a Qsuite exclusive when it comes to Qatar and business class. For someone who does not eat caviar, I don't know if I've had fish roe, I don't know if I've ever actually had caviar. What an experience. And when you know how much I paid for this ticket, you wouldn't understand. It's like, how am I here? I barely paid anything. This is quite an unbelievable experience. If you've ever liked, shared, subscribed, commented on a video on this channel, I know we're small, but we're starting to get some traction and I really appreciate it. Please continue liking, tell me what you think of the videos. I love the feedback and I really want to see where this channel can go and how much better content I can bring to all of you over the next few years. The best credit card deals, the best ways to fly seats like this. Honestly, when you hear how much I paid for the seat, you will not believe. People are sitting in economy right now and have probably paid 3 times as much as I've paid to be in this seat. There were 4 mains on the menu. I've seen 2 of them. Kate is currently eating one. She's eating the pasta. She said it's great. Across from me, there's a guy having the fillet steak. It looks enormous. The presentation is unreal. I decided to go for the butter chicken. Let me tell you why. I feel like you can tell a lot about an airline by how they season their food. When it comes to seasoning, when it comes to curries, how you season it is everything. A curry can be so bland, but this is a rich dish, and I'm looking for some incredibly rich flavors. If you're sitting there thinking, Jordan, why did you book this seat not to get a fillet steak? If you saw the last video, which was not that long ago, flying business class with Qatar, I had a fillet steak in the lounge, amazing. Had beef on the plane, incredible. So I already know that Qatar is delivering when it comes to beef dishes. But curries, so many airlines try to do curries and they're just dusty, they're flavorless, they're wet, they're tasteless. Without further ado, let's just get straight into this. I've got a piece of chicken right here. If I look mad right now, it's because I know I can't keep up this lifestyle. I can only fly this with points. And I know that very soon, I'm going to be back in an economy seat, probably eating a meal that tastes like cardboard, and I'm going to remember this moment and remember how happy I was. This food is, I said it last time we flew with Qatar, and I'm going to say it again. Qatar has the best food that I have personally tasted in the skies ever. It would be rude of me not to try out a good sleep on the best business class in the world. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. I don't even need the cabin crew to make up the bed because this seat is so comfortable. I'm not going to put on the pajamas because that's too much effort. But if you want to see when I wore them, watch the last video. I'll link it in the description. For now, if there's one thing I've never done on a plane before, it's oversleep. I can't sleep on planes really that well at all. I don't think I would have woken up if it weren't for the spicy prawns that are on the way. The fact that this becomes a double bed in the sky is actually crazy. And I didn't even get the bed made up. Imagine if I did. I feel like this dish undersold itself on the menu because shell on prawns on a plane. This has fried okra and what tastes like a bit of a Thai sauce. 3 of the 4 best plane meals I've ever had in my life have been in a Qatar business seat. It's just wild. That was without exception the best business class, or best flight, to be honest, I have ever flown in my life. I've been fortunate enough to sample some of the better business class flights that exist on this planet, and there is no comparison. Of course, the fact that I only paid £112 along with 50,000 Avios helps massively, but I can totally understand why people who have enough money to do so would just pay cash. Let me know in the comments if you've flown Qsuite with Qatar. Let me know if you've flown another business class that you think is better. Let me know if you agree with my take on it. If you're still here at the end, as always, appreciate you so much. Jordan, this is miles ahead. And as always, safe.